I think we're in business now. We'll see if it can compile the shaders, but I verified the gate. I did the verify integrity of game files operation, and we kicked on. We didn't get this far before, so hopefully that fixed whatever the problem was. We shall see. Yes, we're back and we're compiling shaders. We'll see if we can actually get into the game. One hopes. All right. We made it to the menu. One step to go to actually be playing. So I left off at the motorhome in the East South Vale Otherworld. So we're done in the hospital. We are on our way. We don't quite actually know it yet, but we're on our way to the Historical Society. And here we go. Excellent. We are in. All is well. All right. Excellent. This is what you hope for. All right, good. We're looking for the letter and wrench. We got problems. Yeah, so here's the Saul Street Apartments. We're definitely not getting back in there. Something real bad happened. Whole building's just collapsed. I mean, honestly, it looks like someone took a wrecking ball to it. But we can get into Green Pharmacy. I love James just channeling his inner Leatherface. Full Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Got some shotgun shells. Alright, so we can get into this warehouse building here. That actually is the way I'm gonna go, but let's clear out this street first. So, we cannot go north on Neely Street from here. Nor can we go south. I make you this promise, no windows are safe. So here's where I'll let this path lie until we come at it from the other side. Alright. So let's go into this. I don't even know what to call this building, because we never saw what the normal version of it was. I think it was just like an auto repair garage, but I don't know for sure. Well done, James. You are extremely masculine. I mean, I would call it the masculine urge to raise the chainsaw above your head, except I'm pretty sure that urge is not limited to men. Well, hello. And goodbye, and get wrecked. Shotgun shells. There's a bug, and I think there's one more mannequin in here, too. I hear the bug. There's the mannequin. There's the bug. I think that's everybody. Let's get this handgun ammo. Nice white cloth indicator here. Hi, Trevi. Thanks for stopping in to say hello. Always appreciate that. And I hope you have a nice rest. It's actually, I mean, it's not late. It's like, you know, I just had dinner here, but I'm not going to be streaming long tonight. Depending on when Sharon gets home, we'll either get, we'll definitely get to the prison. I'm not sure how far into it I'll get, but. So this is pretty obviously a storefront. We weren't able to come into whatever this building is before either. As we come out the front door, we've made it to the other side of that intersection. But I want to explore Happy Burger. So we're going to cut back and do exactly that. Where you at? I hear you. And I know I said I'm ignoring the ceremony, and I am, obviously. I'm playing what I consider to be the game of the year, which got ridiculously snubbed. But among the games that did get nominated, this may surprise you. I'm rooting for Astrobot. Of the 6 nominees, I think it's by far the best game, and certainly the one I enjoyed the most. Now granted, there are a couple I didn't play. Like, I'm just utterly unfamiliar with the JRPG. The Black Myth Wukong was garbage. I mean, genuine garbage. I have no idea how that shit got nominated, except, you know, they nominated the Ubisoft game because Ubisoft and dollars. But Black Myth Wukong sucks. That game is awful. So we are in the Happy Burger. Is that right? I mean, I didn't even get that into the story. It was just, wow, this is like... This is just a mechanically shitty Souls-like. And I can't stand playing it. There's a mannequin back here, too. And you'll notice we've come all the way around to the gate that I said I would come to from the other side. There, it's done. We're done. Get that handgun ammo. Roll back through the Happy Burger. Yeah, and it's also strange to me because, you know, they did nominate Luke Roberts for Best Performance. If he doesn't win, that'll be a travesty because he is incredible from start to finish in this game. But it's actually really weird to me that they nominated it for Best Narrative. Because, like, well, yeah, on the one hand, it is absolutely the best narrative, but on the other hand, it is the narrative from 2001. The people who are nominated for the narrative did not create the narrative, and that is strange to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slighting the work Bloober did on this remake in the slightest. They did not write the Silent Hill 2 narrative. There's a mannequin up here, too. You can actually see it run behind the post and hide, which is kind of hilarious. And with that, we have to go into Neely's bar to go forward. Let's just take a minute to explore the rest of the street before we do. There's some ammo. And a mannequin. Good night. So that pretty well establishes we don't have an option except to go into Neely's. So let's do. There was a hole here. It's gone now. We still have that message, but it's gone from red writing to this really creepy black, almost burned sear on the newspaper. The mysteriously repaired jukebox is just playing away. And we have this one. If you really want to see Mary, you should just die. But you might be heading to a different place than Mary, James. So on the counter of the bar, we have a glimpse of the past. It's essentially the, it's the version of the map from the original game. You can see the question mark at the north end of the Martin Street alley where the Woodside Apartments key originally was. Go ahead and save here. Loading a new area. Health drink. I wanted to take a look at this back room because, sure enough, the one thing that's still intact and unchanged is the strange hospital bed looking photo that was also there in the normal version. I say normal, I should say foggy. Because the foggy version of the town is not the normal one. It is not what a person without any guilt would see. And there's, I think, another bug and definitely still a lying figure running around. There they both are. Get good, James. There you go. Wait that out. Bug's still here somewhere. I think it just ran past me. Yeah, there it is. Very good. Alright, let's get the shotgun shells I saw in this car. And let's keep it going. So we're in the alley back here now. See where all we can go. The answer is not very many places. So if memory serves, this is actually the dry cleaners. I love the little detail that if you go for that health drink, the enemies in the next room actually hear you and come after you. Here I was thinking crazy thoughts like maybe I have iframes in the middle of a chainsaw swing. It's all good. It is not like I'm hard up for health items. And remember, what we're trying to do is get the leave ending, so we really want to keep James in tip-top shape at all times. So I never really checked this out. Interesting, like, pulsating black goop in there. I guess that's actually full of water, isn't it? And there's something weird, some weird murk shifting underneath it. Anyway, so we've made it up to Cat Street. We cannot get back into Andy's bookstore. And this has actually moved up on us, because we can't get back to Cafe Texan either. Nor can we go up Martin Street. So here is where we've been directed for a letter and wrench.
Hello? Anyone there?
Or perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people. You should know. The key is in the park, at the feet of the praying woman. The wrench will open the gate. The key will let loose the abyss. So we got the letter. A letter found in South Vale. A mark on the map led me to its location. And this was a note written on a map found inside the motorhome in South Vale. A wrench. A simple tool found next to a payphone in East South Vale. I see, the barber shop was around here. We can't get back into there. I think that was the alternate door into Big J's. We can't get into there. We can still get into Big J's, but before we do, American Cafe is still locked. We've just made it to the other side of the barrier on Neely Street here. We cannot get back into the Grand Market, although there is some handgun ammo here. We cannot go further west on Cat Street, so we can't get back to the apartments. In this car is a strange photo. They're here. And it's number 10. So I count 7. Lit windows are the obvious thing to count in this photo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's an H in position 10. Which gives us this on the cipher. So we're getting close. Something been here. We've got 2 clear words now. One of these strange photos I found. Still can't get into Lucky Jade. Let's do check out Big J's, because we can go in there. And it's weirdly clean and normal. Although it's not the same. Like, the tables and chairs have been pushed around. The kitchen's been sealed off. We can get a health drink out of the vending machine. That actually was not here before. With that, we can move on. Check the cars along the way. We cannot get back into the pet center. Weirdly, the travel agency is still here, as is Quiet Cocktails, but the flyers have disappeared from the window. The police car has actually restocked a box of shotgun shells. The window is still broken. The case with the blue gem is gone, but there's some handgun ammo here, so take what you can get. Let's see, this alleyway has been closed. Can't get there again. I believe Groovy Music is closed as well. Chained up from the outside, in fact. Which is an interesting detail. Still nothing in the neighborhood cafe. Either door. One last car over here. Let's check it out. And wouldn't you know it, shotgun ammo. And then we have, once again, the door that wakes in darkness opening into nightmares. And it's dark, and it's open. And there's the gasp. Welcome save point. We're clear of East South Vale. Praise the sun. Use the wrench to get this door open. And it's time to deal with the mandarins for the first time. It's not hard to do with the chainsaw. It turns out you can melee them. Thing can be a little hard to hit, but not bad. I think it's 2 here. There might be 3. Nah, it's just 2. Very good. Alright. And now, rather suddenly, we're back in our, back in the alleyway. We originally took out of Blue Creek Apartments, leading to Rosewater Park. There's absolutely nothing new in Rosewater Park. The only real change to note is that we can no longer get to the waterfront where we met Maria. But this one has opened. And we have this new cutscene with Angela, which I just adore. It's a great addition to the game.
Hey. Are you feeling better?
This place is different than I remember. I guess things never really stay the same, do they?
I guess not.
I don't think she's here anymore, James.
Ooh.
My mama? She doesn't want to see me anymore.
Why would you think that? Anyway, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see me?
Alive, I mean.
Oh. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Better get going.
You still don't want me to go with you? If we stick together, we might just make it out of here.
Out of where?
This town. Silent Hill.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, you didn't happen to see a little girl around here, did you?
A little girl?
Yeah, Angela? Are you all right? Angela?
No. Please. You shouldn't be here.
Angela, it's okay.
No, don't touch me!
Like, when you know what's going on, every single little tick and mannerism she has makes so much sense. It's just so well put together. It's such a wonderfully cohesive narrative from start to finish. My patient buried it here. I knew, but did nothing. It made me uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth. I was looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the old society was sealed. No one dares to approach that place. Now I offer you the key. If you still do not wish to stop, James, I pray to the Lord to have mercy on your eternal soul. And we get the Historical Society key. A key found under one of the statues in Rosewater Park. Alright, so this segment's kind of a nice break, and I have verified that if you don't open the optional garage on the first trip, you actually can do it on the return trip, and you don't have to fight any enemies if you wait on it. But I prefer to have the stuff early and get the Maria dialogue. Let's do stop by Jack's Inn, just to check on a couple things. Mainly, this gate is re-locked, so we can't get through there. We can get into room 106. I already have the achievement, but I still think it's interesting. See the order symbol through the peeled wallpaper. And like I said, I believe the timeline, even though the map is shared and Brookhaven Hospital is also a level in Silent Hill 3, I think that 2 is meant to take place significantly after 3 in terms of the timeline. As there's Maria's old outfit. I don't think anything in here is different, it's just interesting that we can still get in. Might as well save while we're here. Can't hurt anything anyway. Yeah, the monster closet's still open. Even the bloodstain is still there, so... I don't think this is reset at all. I don't think this map has changed either. The blockages and gaps are all the same. Yeah, and the car window breaks are persistent from the first time I was here. I just missed those two. Not something I can allow to stand. Yeah, you can still get in here. I haven't tried actually leaving pickups to see if you can get them later, but I think you can, because even the same newspaper is still here, and you can see the same box there. It's just empty because I already picked it up, but... not really anything to do, but... move on. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a very little reprieve here. This revisit to West South Vale. There are no enemies. And I do think if you miss... I do believe if you missed any pickups, you can get them on the return trip, but... I should have gotten them all on the first run, so... There shouldn't be anything left. Yeah, there's that bus. Yeah, those windows have all stayed broken. Very good. Yeah, here's Octantis fuels. So like I mentioned, if you skip this exploration the first time, I guess I missed that on my first run, you actually can pick up the garage jack lever and go open the garage during this return trip. That I have verified is the case. We did all that work to get back to the north side of Carroll Street, when originally we had just left the hospital. Yeah, there's Old Heaven's Night. We already got the glimpse of the past, so there's nothing else to see there. We can pop back into Pete's Bolorama. Nothing has changed, but there is a save point in here, which we might as well use. Eddie's Old Pizza. Or should I say Old Eddie's Pizza? I never noticed these pictures. Just pretty ordinary pictures of people bowling. After you get used to the whole Silent Hill of it for a while, it actually almost becomes weirder to see something normal. Just a regular picture of regular people. It's like, what? That is everything except for the Historical Society itself. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I will run out to the west end of Nathan Avenue, verify that it is still blocked the same way it was. The place goes so hard that seeing normal stuff also leaves you weirded out. But yeah, like, those little moments of normalcy, they feel so weird, don't they? Like, when you walk into Big J's earlier and the restaurant all of a sudden is just a normal diner. And there's no weirdness with it. Okay, well this is different, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember it being that yellow, but maybe it was just the lighting. There is a fresh handgun ammo. I don't think I missed that the first time, because I definitely went out there. So into the Historical Society we go. Our reprieve is over. You can actually go back out, which is interesting. That is not a That is not one of the many doors that locks behind you. Someone here liked tea. Mid-80s computer. That checks out. Map of Silent Hill. Map of Silent Hill. Let's hit the save point right quick. We're not going upstairs. Looks like a... You know what this reminds me of, that as I look at it now? It's not identical, but it really looks like the arena for the final battle with Mary or Maria, depending on your ending. That's a film reel. I think this is... Yeah, it's... what's the word for horse gear? Tack, is that right? That's old-fashioned telephone, books and newspapers. The Lady of the Light, the unveiling of one of two statues commemorating the local folk tale. That's some kind of projector. Aqua Plantag. Blue vase, redwood piano, a bust, brass telescope, Stein. I'm not sure what that is in the back corner, or what to call that. Excuse me. A taxidermied hawk. Little Baroness, The Maiden Voyage of 1916. We'll read more about the Little Baroness later, too. A figurine, a knight helmet, books, another bird, another phone. More. And in here we have the new clock. This is number 17. I really only see one thing. The pendulum is what jumps out at me. In position 17, the first letter of this is T. So let's put a T in position 17. Which gives us this so far. One of these strange photos I found. I wonder. It's actually, like, quite a bit easier to see when you look at them in here, isn't it? Like, what you're meant to count, I mean. I'll bear that in mind going forward. Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment. These center bits first. Really not sure what that is either. That's just a case of some kind. Here we get the obsidian goblet, the third of 4 rebirth items. Now, I can't pick up the fourth. I can't pick up the last thing. I can't pick up the Book of Memories, or else I won't get the Leave ending. I will get the Rebirth ending. So, picked those three up again for the hell of it, but that's all it is. Obsidian Goblet. Ancient-looking goblet carved from pure obsidian, found in the old museum. The photo is missing. Waterfront landscape. Alan Smith. Date of birth and death unknown. Gosh, excuse me. A depiction of the local area. The style indicates it was done sometime around the 1820s when the region was far less populated with sparse infrastructure. Last thing in this room, besides this little vase, is Wiltsey Coal Mine. Established around 1850, it remained operational until the early 1900s. The mine played a key role in the revitalization of Silent Hill. Brookhaven Hospital, 1880. The hospital was built in response to a great plague that followed a wave of immigration to the area. Originally, it was little more than a shack, but has since expanded into a fully fledged medical establishment. Former director of Brookhaven Hospital. Name scratched over, illegible. American flag, globe. Among the local legends is that of the Lady of the Light. The story tells of a woman who was accused and found guilty of witchcraft. Man, excuse me. As punishment, she was taken to a small island out on the lake, a minuscule stretch of rocky soil devoid of any food or shelter. There she was to suffer a slow, excruciating death as her body succumbed to cold and hunger. However, unbeknownst to the rest of the townsfolk, there was a young man among them who, having gazed into the woman's eyes as bright and beautiful as a midsummer's moon, had vowed undying love for her. When she was convicted, wrongly as he believed, he swore that he would not let her suffer such cruel fate. While waiting for an opportunity to abscond with his beloved, every night he would sneak out and row across the lake, bringing her food and something to keep her warm. And every night the woman would stand there on the shore holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But then one night, when the sky was exceptionally clear, devoid of even a wisp of cloud, the young man set out on his nightly escapade. Now, I am not entirely sure what to make of it, but it's very interesting to me that the reason he dies is completely inverted between the story Maria tells, where it's because of a big storm, and this one that you read in the book, where it's exceptionally clear and the moon leads him astray. Look out into the distance, looking for the light in the darkness that would lead him to his beloved. On that night, however, the moon shone so bright and vibrant, stronger than any candle could. Seeing the light's reflection in the water, the young man was led astray. He rowed and rowed and rowed, following the reflected light, hoping against hope he could reach it. I actually think it's a metaphorical warning about Maria herself being a reflection of Mary that's actually like a monstrous Silent Hill style doppelganger. But I don't know, that's just my impression of it. Seeing the light's reflection in the water, the young man was led astray. He rowed and rowed and rowed, following the reflected light, hoping against hope he could reach it. He did not care for his aching arms or the shortness of his breath, utterly mesmerized by the illusory light. When his boat tipped over, the man was so exhausted from rowing, so weakened were his arms, that he was not able to swim to shore. Thus he succumbed to a watery grave. Although left alone, the woman on the island never lost hope. She kept coming out at night and kept lighting the candle. The legend says that those looking for true love can still see the lady's light out on the lake, shining to bring her beloved home. While the story is clearly meant as a metaphor and a cautionary tale, it is to a certain extent rooted in reality, as the area has indeed seen its share of religious persecution, such as that of blah blah blah. Alright, and then we have Silent Hill Historical Society founders. And classic, the photo of the deep dark hole. And then this. I always wonder, like, just how far you can go before, like... Yeah, so there's still a light on at the top, but you definitely go far enough, like, you cannot see the light anymore by the time you get to the bottom of this. I think I'm getting a little cold. Shortwave radio. Toluca Prison, September 11th, 1820. Prisoner number C-221. Yeah, we really did our best to look through this last time, but June 12th, can't make out the year. Toluca Prison, next high number 1508, maximum capacity 238, inmates, general population 88, high security 71, isolation 15, death row 0, total, oh, it's 181 gen pop, total 282, which you'll notice is significantly higher than the theoretical maximum capacity. Employees authorized and actual. Prison guards 28 and 28. Kitchen staff 10 authorized, 4 actual. Medical workers looks like 5 authorized, 3 actual. Mechanical also looks like 5 authorized, 2 actual. Can't quite read the totals. Could do the math if I cared to. It's like 58 and 31, or 58 and 39 maybe. Hey dude, no, I did not hear about War Inspector's new game. I didn't realize he was making one. After having lost System Shock 3 and sold it into development hell at 10 cent. I was really looking forward to War Inspector's System Shock 3. Hi. Get wrecked. What do we know about it? What do we know about this new game? Is it an MSim? Excellent. Crimson and White Banquet for the Gods. One of the most interesting things about the prison to me, both in the original and the remake, by the way, this is consistent across both versions, is the it has by far the most significant and direct ties to the cult out of all of Silent Hill 2. That's something else I don't really know what to make of, but it's certainly interesting. Because, I mean, look at this. Crimson and White Banquet for the Gods, and they've got the weird censer and the robes and the red hats, and this photo and its caption are actually taken directly out of the original. Bloober didn't even redo the photo. Ooh. Multiplayer, man. That almost immediately disqualifies it for me. Good luck to him, I suppose. Death by skewering, an execution at the prison, and these obviously look very much like the lying figures we've been fighting. An execution at the prison, death by skewering or strangling. To choose his death is the prisoner's last taste of freedom. Toluca Prison Camp. Built in 1862, the camp was used to house prisoners during the American Civil War, converted into Toluca Prison in 1866. And here we find the big hole. So I actually, at this point, you can still turn around and go all the way back up the long staircase, out of the Historical Society, back into the rest of the town. Obviously, this is the point of no return. Once you do this jump, there's no going back. So we start out in what seems to be the bottom of a well. That's the way out, but let's check the other two breakable walls. James blessing us with some of his legendary lack of self-preservation instinct. For now, we appear to be in a sewer. They threw that in the original too, and if you're thinking, oh my god, no, not the video game sewer level, don't worry. Silent Hill 2 does not actually have a sewer level. Just that little tiny fake out. So you can get a look at the keypad now, and you can already see 2, 3, 9 are lit. This is my least favorite puzzle in the entire game, both the original and the remake, and for whatever reason, they kept this shitty puzzle unchanged from the original to the remake. It's one of the things that they really should have changed, and didn't. So the code randomizes every time. It's some permutation of the 3 clean numbers, and you just have to guess trial and error every time until you get the one that got generated this go-round. So we have the spiral writing key. So it spawns in 3 bugs, and it eventually spawns more. So you kind of have to be fast. It's not 239. It's not 293. It's not 329. But it was 392. Dilly dilly. Alright. Spiral writing key. The cylinder is engraved with the text, "'Tis doubt which leadeth thee to purgatory." And it took me a couple of playthroughs of the original to actually notice this hole is a sideways hallway. But if you look straight ahead, you can see the ceiling lights and everything. But, gravity being what it is, down we go. But you can even see the rubble on the side of the wall, so clearly something's gone askew in James's mind. Figuratively and literally at this point. So here we are. We've made it to the prison canteen. There's a health drink back here. Mainline menu, March 13th. Grits with lard, boiled meatloaf, beans, bread, and coffee. That actually... I mean, it sounds simple, but it doesn't sound horrible. Especially the coffee part. There's a glimpse of the past in here. That is the tablet of the gluttonous pig from the original game. The Aztec-style artwork is really interesting, but, you know, if you look closely, you can see it's like a, you know, Aztec art stylized pig, and he's actually holding, like, 2 meat skewers, one in each hand. And then there's... Yeah, interestingly, if you look closely at this painting, like, it's not an interactable, but you can see it's a picture of the room we're in, and it even includes the dead guy at the table. That was an interactable in the original. Let's have this cutscene right quick.
Ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head and...
Eddie?
Oh, hi, James.
What happened here? Who was that?
I don't know. It just came at me.
Okay. So he attacked you, and you shot him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He made me do it.
Okay, calm down, Eddie. Any idea why he would do that?
I don't know. He came out of nowhere. Tried sneaking out in the dark. I heard footsteps, so I turned back, and he was right there.
And you could tell that he wanted to hurt you.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way he looked at me, I just had to do it.
He looked at you? I thought you said he came at you.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it in his eyes.
His eyes.
He kept looking at me, making fun of me. And I told him not to, but he didn't listen.
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
I keep trying to see what's on Eddie's hat. I haven't thought to look at it before, but I couldn't make it out during the scene.
You should see your face, James. I was just joking. The guy was dead when I got here. I got you, didn't I? Well, anyway, I better get going.
Wait. You're gonna go out there alone?
Yeah.
Alright. One detail I didn't notice on my first run that I appreciate is if you look at the chapel, you can actually see the cross up there, but it's not normal, obviously. Alright, first things first. Get your maps. Always want your maps. We have the Toluca Prison first floor map, main section. Toluca Prison first floor Serpent section, which turns out to be Death Row. Yeah, Death Row map. Toluca Prison second floor, the Ox section. Toluca Prison first floor Boar section, which you can see is the administrative section map. Toluca Prison third floor, also part of the Boar/administrative section. And Toluca Prison basement, the Dove section. And so we're in the armory here on the first floor. Locked gun cabinet. Toluca Prison. They still haven't found him. Since he had the cabinet key, we should assume one of the prisoners got his hands on it. Get the spare from the visitor's checkpoint and secure the rifle before it falls into the wrong hands. Rifle rounds. OWL. 20 rifle cartridges, proudly loaded in the USA by American workers. Rifle rounds, 2. Ammunition for the hunting rifle. And gun cabinet notice found by the gun cabinet in Toluca Prison. Map of the administrative section of Toluca Prison. Map of the death row of Toluca Prison. A map of the Toluca Prison's lower levels. A map of the third floor of Toluca Prison. A map of the second floor of Toluca Prison. A map of the first floor of Toluca Prison main section. And a save point. And keep going for now. Keep going until I hear from Sharon at any rate. And we're definitely getting close to me having to stop. We'll see how far I get. Rifle cabinet. And we're heading into the chapel. Confessional complete with hand and foot binds for the prisoner. A little more of the strange religious iconography. I'm particularly noting the two guys in the white pointy hats, the way they're dressed. Other than their, less stylized, obvious hats, they sure look a lot like Pyramid Head as well. This is another one of those things I was talking about that really reference the cult and tie the prison to them more than any other section in the game. So here on the altar we have the heaviest weight. So if you look at the pews, you can notice the bindings in every single seat. Foot shackles and a waist binding as well. Found on the altar, it has a leafy branch engraved on it. You can head through here into the vestry. Books, a nice little altar. A syringe. The prisoners do not feel remorse. In fact, they do not feel themselves to be sinful at all. And I like this little touch. Even I, and that's crossed out. And then it says, even the simplest of them will try to shield themselves from the Lord's gaze with what little words they know. And so they dream blissfully, the sinners that they are. For no matter how foul and loathsome one's existence may be, human nature abides. Man. One of the biggest oh fuck that moments in any game ever. The spider mannequins. Alright, so here's a hornless ox. I'll check the adjoining hallway itself, but beyond that I'm going to explore Block A first. So we can open A1, but it's empty. Let's try A2. It's open. And empty. So it looks like 2 prisoners per cell with nothing but buckets for handling their needs. That's unfortunately pretty standard. So let's get A3 open. Now we can look around. A lot of actually fairly normal Christian iconography in here. And here's another glimpse of the past. This is the Tablet of the Seductress. I think, or it might be the Tablet of the Executioner, I can't remember. This might be the Tablet of the Executioner, actually, from the original. It's hard to make out exactly what it is, but this one person is supplicating, like on their knees, begging, and the other is kind of reaching their hands around that person's throat. Yeah, that's the Tablet of the Executioner. And we got some more rifle rounds. There's a broken wall heading into A4. Let's see if we can open the regular door. We can. A5 is just open. This cell is to be cleaned up by Tuesday. Make sure you get the cons to do it by then. The previous tenant has been moved to death row as per the warden's order. Alright, so that's A6. Looks clean to me. And there we have the Headless Serpent. Go ahead and check out the rest of this little interior. Those doors are open. Let's track back to this side. Let's begin with A7, which is open. From here, we can crawl through into B1. I suppose we should. There's a mannequin in here. Get ready to get ganked. I was gonna say, I think that one opens normally as well. Stay down. Alright, we cannot get into A8 from this side. Can't get into A9 either. So let's cross over to B block now, or block B now. Try that door, it's locked. We already verified we can normally open B1. B2 is standing open. Nothing inside. Eyeless boar. Here's B3. It's open and there's a breakable wall. Which I think will take us through into A9, but one of the figures on the other side has reanimated. We could hear that happening, and our radio told us about it. It's this son of a bitch again. That figure's like immortal, it won't stay down. Alright, with that, let's actually go through into A9 now. There's nothing in here, but we can get through into A8, which was also inaccessible. Get juked by a mannequin and pick up some shotgun shells. Alright. Alright, that's all the cells in this section. Staircase door is locked. That's that room we already explored. And if we check out this staircase, we find another one of these doors. It's just marked as locked on that map, but here James marks it as a wingless dove. And then we arrive at the yard. With the... I said this last time, but it merits saying again. I don't know whose idea this was, and I really don't know why it's as creepy as it is. But the sound of the horse galloping that was in the original and is recreated here in the remake, it's just sound. There's no visual, there's no enemy. It's just the sound of a horse galloping. It is so fucking unsettling every time. Like, just a magic idea. I don't know who came up with it, but it's brilliant. So we run around the yard. Can't see the... Actually, we can see the top of the wall, but it's pitch black. I have since verified it is actually very, very possible to be wrong when you solve this puzzle. And if you do get it wrong, you get dropped into a room full of enemies. And you have to fight them and make your way back up, and you can get it wrong over and over again until you get it right. So we don't have whatever we need for this yet. Pull ye but once on a rope's frayed end, choose the one justified from among the damned. Seek out their tales, think upon each sin, or let blind fate choose, let the judgment begin. We see two pyramid heads carrying spears, very much in their role as executioners here, with a hanging prisoner in the middle. 6 gallows, marked 1 through 6. Can't interact yet. Have to do this puzzle first. So there's the heaviest weight. So we've got the lightest and the heaviest, it seems. We're able to activate the serpent. Yeah, so here we have gallows and scales. And a save point, which I will go ahead and use. By activating that particular weight combination in the yard, we have unlocked this door, so here we are in Death Row, the serpent section of the first floor. You can see through into the execution chamber, or death chamber there. And there's a spider mannequin. We are about to start actually fighting those. Yay! Like, they're such a brilliant enemy. Like, they really, not in an annoying way, they really fray my nerves every time I try to go through any section that they're in. Toluca Prison, a reminder to all guards. Effective immediately, it is absolutely mandatory for everyone to familiarize themselves with the revised generator maintenance manual. We all remember what happened last time there was a spike, though I'm certain most of us would very much want to forget. We will not have another incident. There they go. Got one fairly low effort. That was nice. Now, they're not infinite in here, which is, thank goodness. Because they do infinitely spawn in the main section. Which is just as massive a pain as you would think. Alright, so... E1 is locked, can't get in. E2, same. E3, same, although we can look in there and see a mannequin. I wonder if, can we shoot it through here? That would be interesting. I don't know if we can or not. I don't think we can. I see ya. If it's possible, I'd want to do it just to get my radio quiet. Aha! I'm not exactly low on handgun ammo, as you can see. But oh yeah, I pissed it off. It's running around. I was able to hit it. Come on back. I think I got it. Nice. Alright, good. Ooh, I feel clever. Alright, so we can already see every door on this side is locked. E5, locked. E7, locked. E9, locked. Although we can see inside, it's acting empty. On this side, E4, for whatever reason, is open. Family photo. Woman and a kid in a wheelchair. We will be together soon. E6, locked. E8, locked. And we have this little anteroom. Cannot get into the death chamber. I think there's something like 5 spider mannequins in the next room. Kind of have to ready ourselves for that. Lovely experience. Saw it for just a second. Then I lost it. God, they're so fast. Oh, and the noise and the animation and the ganking, it's all so terrible. I hate these things. I hate them. I hate them, I hate them. But like in the most enjoyable way to hate something, you know what I mean? Ugh, they're so unnerving. They just, like I said, they fray the shit out of my nerves every time. It's such a gloriously awful monster. Where is it? Get wrecked! Alright, I think that might actually be all of them. Nope, one more. I was right. 5. Go figure. Alright, that was like some bona fide badassery. I swatted it out of midair with the chainsaw. Good job, James. Way to be. Alright, so here's E11 through E19. I believe they are all locked, but we might be able to look into some of them. Yeah, 11, 13, 15. We can look into 17. Empty, but for a health drink. 19 won't open. $20 won't open. 18 won't open. $16 won't open. $14 won't open. $12 won't open. $10 won't open. We can head into here. Can't go toward the witness checkpoint. Get back a little handgun ammo. Alright, so we can try to move this way, but we won't get far. We're in these unmarked rooms where stuff is locked, and nothing is happening. Now we are in the witness room. I'm gonna save while it's quiet. And here's the generator mini puzzle. Safety instructions, power transfer levels. Green, maintenance level, used to test before each use. Yellow, optimal level, maintain for safe operation. Red, danger level, do not operate, can result in power spike and system overload. Here we go. Alright, so this is locked. This is locked. We can now enter the actual death chamber. Where we find the medium weight found in the death chamber. A photo of a child in a wheelchair with their mother by their side. Family photo. Alright, we're back in this anteroom. The way through is closed. These are all open now. So we'll need to check out all the ones we couldn't get into before. That was E9. So we'll try E8. E6 comes with company. Cross over to E7, where there's a health drink. E4 is the one we could get into. So here's E5. Empty. Here's E2. Here's E3. The mannequin I shot earlier. Smart me. Look at that work already done. And we can get through into E1, and now E1 is open as well, where we can break a wall. Alright, so that was E19. So let's start going through them. Here's 17. Health drink. Here's 15. Empty. Here's 13. Has a photo. 4 months to go. Looks like a hospital bed. I can clearly see 2, like, electric panels on the wall, but there's something out here I need to deal with. Give me a moment to do that. I can't tell where the radio static is coming from. I just don't want to get ganked, okay? Four months to go. One of these strange photos I found. Alright, so this is photo number 15. So, position 15, if I go with the 2 outlets, the second letter is O. So let's put an O in position 15. And our cipher now looks like this. So something been here for... So we've got three words in the middle now. In the meantime, let's look at E11. I think one of the lying figures on the other side reanimated. I think that's what I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like anyway. It's even trying to hit me. Oh, wow. Yeah, it got back up and went all the way into there. Alright, well, he's trapped, so he gets to live. Good for him. Or her. I don't know why I say he. All the monsters are, with the exception of Pyramid Head, all of the monsters are, and Abstract Daddy, all of the monsters are very obviously female. So anyway, there's 20. They're all open now. Here's 18, which has shotgun shells. 16 has handgun ammo. $14 is empty. 12 is empty. 10 has shells. Then we squeeze through the wall, and we're now actually in a new room. Toluca Prison. Execution DR88 report. Prisoner E662, age 23, sex male, method electrocution, witnesses 0. Note to medical staff. During last night's execution, the prisoner, assumed to have been disabled, simply stood up and approached the chair without any assistance. From now on, take utmost care when reviewing the prisoner's medical history. Guards need to be made aware how capable the prisoners are in order to avoid any incidents. So I'm assuming that this is the same prisoner who we saw in the family photo as a child. So presumably he had a mother who was doing the whole Munchausen by proxy thing, kept him in a wheelchair all his life even though he was perfectly capable of walking. And then I'm inclined to further assume that the reason he's on death row being executed is because he killed his mother for precisely that reason. Obviously, I'm speculating a little bit, but I think the crumbs and clues we're given pretty clearly point in that direction. So now we're at the witness checkpoint, where we find a health drink. Rifle rounds. And the armory key. A key to the prison's armory kept at the witness checkpoint. So now we're actually at the witness checkpoint. We've got restrooms, which are both locked. I think this is actually probably the prison's front door, but we can't go out there. And we got this little snippet of reading material. In the center of Silent Hill lies the town's major tourist attraction, Toluca Lake. But there's a darker side to this scenic, beautiful reservoir. What may seem a bread-and-butter local ghost story you've heard time and time again, in this case rings surprisingly true. One fateful fog-bound November day in 1918, a tourist cruiser called Little Baroness has set sail, never to dock again. Newspaper articles reporting the event contain no details of the ship's disappearance. Despite an extensive police search, neither a single fragment of the ship nor the remains of the passengers or the crew have ever been recovered. But in 1939, an even more bizarre incident has taken place. And then a bunch of pages are torn out. Many corpses rest at the bottom of this lake. Their bony hands stretch out toward the boats that pass overhead. Perhaps they reach for their comrades. That is different. I don't know why it's different. And hang on, I'm getting a phone call. I wish people would just text me when they know I'm streaming, but whatever. Hello? I'm good. How are you? How was the shop? All right. We are back in business for, well, may actually go longer than I thought, because they haven't eaten and they're just now going out to dinner. I, of course, have eaten, so we'll see how we do. Anyway, as I was saying right when my phone rang, that text is different. It was, I wonder if it has to do with, like, the last ending you got. Because you know, I had the one last time. Now I wish I could remember exactly what it said. It was something like, are the souls of the damned reaching for redemption, or something like that. So I think it has to do with the last ending you got. Because now it says perhaps they reach for their comrades. Which, refers to the fact that my last ending was in water when James committed suicide in the lake. Fascinating little detail that I did not know they did until just now. What a great game. What a great game. So many amazing details packed into this thing. It's incredible. While I'm paused, I'm going to grab a drink right quick. That is obscure as fuck, that's true. And yet it's pretty awesome. Alright, so with that, the only thing left to do... unlock this door, and look at that, we are back at the armory. Let's use our armory key. Where we get the hunting rifle. A couple more ammo clips. Hunting rifle. A long-range, high-caliber hunting rifle holds 4 rounds per clip. Takes a long time to reload, but each shot is very powerful. Let's get it loaded. We will only use this thing on bosses. Alright, so as I mentioned, we now not only do we now have spider mannequins in the main area, but they essentially infinitely respawn. It's one of the only areas in the game where that happens, but it does happen here. I hate it. That said, I'm only gonna kill the ones that actually jump at me and like get directly in my way. And I'm gonna try to stealth by them. So I'm gonna turn the flashlight off. I'm gonna move quietly, and hopefully we can just sneak past most of them. Failing that, I've got plenty of health items, so it's not like I'm worried. I just hate infinite respawn. It's always a terrible mechanic. Never mind. Too dark to see. And so now we're here with the medium weight added to the mix. And that enables us to open the aux door. Just back this direction. Why would you go for the one on the ceiling that you can't reach instead of the one on the ground in front of you that already tried to gank you once? I mean, work with me, Jimbo. Try to do things that make a little bit of sense. Alright. Alright, so we're heading up to the second floor of the main area now. James acting like he want to fight. There are so many more out there. Alright. So block C and block D at the guard room, the toilets, the changing room, and the showers is what we have up here. We'll start out just with this segment I'm on. Locked door, can't get through it. Block D is locked, can't get through it. Don't have time to read, gonna get ganked. Dang it. They are so fast when they want to be. It's horrible. Horrible. I hate these things. Hate, 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 hate. Hate, 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 hate. They just keep it tense. You cannot relax when these things are around. At all. Alright, that said, Block D is locked, the unmarked rooms are locked. I think we can look at the guard's letter. A letter from one of the prison guards to the rest of the staff. Saw someone walking around past lights out. Again. Whichever one of you that was, do I need to remind you that you must never leave your post without prior clearance. Next time I catch you, I'm reporting you to the warden. Catch me if you can. Alright, so we gotta start checking out the C cells. We got company everywhere. Here we go. C1 is open. It is bad to take when they own. They said they own, the other can't take. Or when one does own, the other can't take. But I cannot own? Should the warden take? No, he shouldn't own. Again, I will take. I will own. Alright, here's C2. We can't open this one. Nothing in here, but we can squeeze through into C3, which was also just normally open. But I guess it lets you stay out of the main hall where all the action is, so it's useful in that way. Not getting through to the toilets. C4 is locked and needs a key. C5 is open. Has a health drink inside. So we got the guard room, C6, the stairway, and the other way into Block D left to look at. I'm going to leave the guard room for last on this little run. D block is locked and needs a key. But we can go and unlock this stairway, or we can go down this stairway and unlock that door from the other side, so have to wait for James to show off. And then, so now we have a permanently open stairway even after we change the weights and the aux door reseals itself, or relocks. In the meantime, we go back upstairs. Let's look over here first. Wherever that door goes, we're not getting through it. Can't open C6 normally. We can break this wall to get in. Once we're in here, a whole lot of dirty syringes, like a whole lot. James is gonna take that one. By God, he's gonna use it. And then we have the guard room. Sorry, just dealing with emails now. So freaking many spam emails this time of year. Looks like the beaches in your town. All the dirty syringes. Oh no. That's kind of horrible. Alright, so here we go. Sunday, morning route. Disruption reported C-140 yelling about C-777 haunting him, claims bars can't hold him. Administered sedative to C-140. Noon lockup. Performed precautionary search of C-777 cell, D5. No traces found of the prisoner leaving his cell unsupervised. Recommend further psychiatric evaluation of C-140. Afternoon route. C-140 and C-777 missing from their cells. Alarm raised. Search in effect. Update. Bathroom door barred from inside. Efforts made to get them open. We don't hear anything from the other side. Evening lockup. Blank. There's some handgun ammo. Cell block D key. Cell block D. A key to block D of Toluca prison. And a save point. I looked at the guard's memo, right? Guard's letter, yes, I did. Okay. Alright, so we got the block D key, so we'll head there next. To the one that had a keyhole. Get wrecked! Back up! Wait for the acid to chill. Because D1 or D6 does have rifle rounds in it. I think you actually can swipe that one if you time it right, but obviously I didn't. Here's D4, nothing inside. Here's D2. Nothing inside. Can unlock this now that we're on this side. Here's D1. Empty. Here's D3. Shotgun shells. Then here is D5. Some kind of isolation cell, padded walls and all. I feel like James is really just trying to psych himself up. Shiv key. A weak makeshift weapon, more fit for picking locks. Shame you didn't find it. Shouldn't you know this place better than I do? Now it's too late. I'm going for a walk. Clever boy, here's your reward. I'm gonna pay a visit to my friend. We could both use a bath. Alright, so the Shiv key will open C4. Gotta head back there. Eyes up for spider mannequins. Alright. Now we're in. He's coming. I know he is. The bars, the walls, they can't hold him. He'll get in. He'll get in. I still have time. I can make it. Almost through. But he's close. I can feel it. He's coming to finish it. Let him come. Alright. Paranoid note found in the tunnel between one of the cells and the showers. Threatening note found in one of the isolation cells in Toluca prison. Alright, so we've made it into the toilets. I never forget that mannequin, not after the very first time it got me. check all the actual toilets. I think this one has a health drink. So here we can see the barred door. We're on the other side of it. They won't save you. So then we have the changing room on the left. Rifle rounds. Syringe. Rifle rounds. Crumpled note. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you. Didn't listen. He's here. Now, I've always thought that, on the one hand, you know, the note in the guard room makes it pretty clear that in the lore this is one prisoner stalking another, but it's also, like, as you get toward the showers, it's weirdly evocative of the idea that the person writing this note is actually terrified of James, who is getting closer and closer. I think it's actually intended to be able to function both ways, and it's really clever that it does. I don't want to pick everything up in the showers. Before we make progress and, you know, wake everybody up. The main thing, if you're still after collectibles, is the third of the original tablets is here. And yeah, this is the tablet of the Seductress. And you can see it's still got that Aztec styling, but it's a demon, obviously female, legs splayed apart. Tablet of the Seductress, go figure. From the original. And the three tablets, of course, also correspond to the three characters who are running around in here. James would be the gluttonous pig, obviously corresponds with Eddie. The Seductress can only be Angela, and then by process of elimination, that makes James the executioner. Another one of these. Oh, goody. Heavy weight found in the showers. Oh yeah, crumpled note. Found at the showers, looks to have been written in terror. Okay. They're everywhere! Hi! Oh, wow. I am amazed both that James missed that. And that the lying figure just kind of kept walking. Oh, hi. Alright, I think that's actually everyone. Need to get a better look at James, see if he's at full health or not. After taking a knife whack, I think he might not be, but... Oh, I don't see any blood on his jacket. I did look at this. Heavyweight found in the showers. Alright, gotta get back to the yard. Still spider mannequins running around. You can hear them, I have no doubt. I will just sprint back to the yard. Alright. Let's see what we can open now. The boar. Alright. New area. Door to the warehouse is locked. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Hi. So that was the warehouse. Let's look here. Sunday, morning route. Incident at the infirmary. D183 assaulted medical staff, attempted to steal medication. Situation under control. Noon lockup. Rumors of disease among the prisoners, reported to administration. Afternoon route. E130 had a coughing fit, reported to medical staff. Evening lockup, blank. Alright. Unmarked room. Locked. If we go this direction, stairs are blocked, but we can get into the warehouse this way. And I have, rather intelligently, already taken out the mannequin. Go me. That's what multiple playthroughs get you. You start to remember where the enemies are. So, in here, we get our next photo. Old man's always prepared. I can count 8 footprints in the photo. The 8th letter of this one is A. And it's photo 23. So, have to expand our cipher out to 23. And the letter A goes in that position. So we have this so far. can unlock that door from inside the warehouse. I can delete yet another irritating spam email off my phone, and we can keep going. Alright, so that leaves us heading this way. Another unmarked room here. Also locked. And here is the visitation room. We all recognize these from the propaganda movies and TV shows that are so ubiquitous in our culture. Oh, don't even! Oh, that was some nonsense. Oh well. Prisoner's letter. Guards think we're lepers now. Don't know why, but they stay away. I don't complain. Prisoner's letter. Found in one of the visitation booths in Toluca prison. Old man's always prepared. One of these strange photos I found. On the other side of the visitation room. Onward we go. It's a bug. Boy, it moves fast. Hey, look, it's Toluca Lake. I want to slow down and make sure I'm not missing any other wall art and photos. Religious art. That must be the actual prison from the outside. Alright, we've got restrooms on the left, break room on the right, and this sort of middle structure. 1980 something to 1993, warden, or maybe 83, warden such and such. Here's the women's room. Unlocked. Health drink in the second stall. For God's sake. Third stall locked. Fourth stall locked. Broken mirrors. One of those moments where the game uses sound and nothing but sound to extremely unsettling effect. 1976 to 1980, Warden, or maybe it's 1876 to 1880 actually, Warden such and such. Yeah. 1876 to 1881, Warden such and such. And here we've got 18 something to 1893, or 1830 to 1833, something like that. Anyway, here's the men's room.